All right, fellow horses and horsettes, we're going to talk about someone that never crossed my mind, but one of the hugest freaking icons of today's day and age, Chris freaking Bumstead. Now, I get the perception here that I like Chris. He's jacked, he's stacked, he's succulent, he's dense. Seems like a humble, genuinely well-liked, a very likable guy, right? So I figured, hey, we have to do a freaking review video, critique, analysis, whatever it is. A lot of times when people say, I'm putting like freaking jacked and stacked, succulent, rotund, curvaceous, BroScience, dismantles, workout, people like instantly jump on this notion that I'm going to suck down some haterade, okay? And that's not the case, fellas. I'm a straight shooter. I call it like it is. You know what I'm saying? If I like it, I'll praise it. Like the Tom Platz video, nothing but freaking sheer, utter praise for the Golden Eagle, right? If I disagree with it, I'll just say I think that that's a load of horse crap, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's just we can disagree on certain things, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. There's no shade. You know what I'm saying? I say it every freaking video I make when it comes to the analysis and all that. No freaking shade. I'm just giving my 2 cents from Rick De La Stick about who I'm going to watch, and that so happens to be Cbum. Now, why am I watching this? Well, because first and foremost, I turn on the U-Tizzle, and the first thing I see is it says heavy chest day. I say, holy buckets. I like a good heavy chest day. I'm genuinely curious what a Cbum heavy chest day looks like. So I figured, let's throw it on for the chaps and let's check it out. See what he does here. I don't know. I actually have never really watched one of his full video training vlogs before, so I'm genuinely curious. And let's check it out. Got one hell of a kitchen, February 18th. Beautiful espresso maker. Gorgeous roughage, the lilac. This looks like a freaking multi-million-dollar house he's in.
YouTube. Welcome to my pantry, where I spend most of my time staring at the shelves, looking for a snack. But right now,
spends most of his time in the pantry looking for snacks. He understands a thing or two about getting stacked, jacked, succulent, and dense. He knows you got a snack to put the freaking bulbous tissue on. I tell you guys all the time, suck down the fig bars, the cinnamon raisin bagels, have a Cliff Bar, right? Just get a freaking snack in you throughout the entire day. If your goal is to bulk, people say, oh my God, how do you suck down so many calories? Well, when you do it snack by snack, it's actually extremely simple. The freaking Nature Valley granola bars with the nut butter spread, Sticky Ricky's nut surprise, you know what I'm saying? It's actually pretty easy to get 4,000 or 5,000 calories without even trying. If you snack, if you're having 8 freaking meals of chickenless or freaking chicken breast skinless, chicken breast skin, and rice and broccoli, it's probably gonna be pretty hard. But when you get the freaking snacks in there, that's the key, fellas.
no.
That's why this guy is 5-time or whatever, 4-time, 5-time, whatever the hell it is, Mr.
This
Olympia.
citrus grapefruit essential flavor. I have been pushing for this flavor as an energy drink and a pre-workout for over a year now. We made it, but it just took forever to nail the flavor and to bring it out. I fucking love this flavor, and we nailed it. 10 out of 10. I had it yesterday. Enjoyed it, so crushing it again right now. But we got back.
I will just say, listen, I don't give a rat's patoot on the flavor. As long as the shit works, it could taste like battery acid for all I care. I'll suck it down. As long as I see a hardcore effect, I'm going to suck it down. I don't need a citrus grapefruit flavor for something to be appealing to me as long as the effect kicks my arse,
From Dallas, which was backed off the trip to Vegas for the Super Bowl and all the stuff, so it's been a lot going on. I didn't think I touched on the Super Bowl and everything. But this is a Super Bowl, we had...
Man, wait till this guy has a kid. I don't know, does he have a kid? Oh yeah, I think his wife's pregnant or something. I think I saw something like that. But he's talking about going on these trips, going to the Super Bowl, making it seem like it's all so freaking busy. But brother, you're living the lap of luxury right now. Once you have a kid and you're waking up at 4 in the morning and, you're busy 24/7, you're not going to Super Bowls, you're not living the lap of luxury, taking trips to Miami and all that. your life is going to be turned up the freaking sideways down. You know what I'm saying?
Fun. Enjoyed it. Got to see 50 Cent live the night before, 21 Savage. Horrible live, but you know, it is what it is. It's cool to see them either way. And then filmed some videos, and then left Texas early because we finished really quick. So we are going to get the fuck out of there and come back home. So nice being home. I'm actually going to be home.
Pickleball cocktail.
My goal
Pickleball
is to
cocktail.
get fucking jacked and stop being a skinny little bitch. I have been an absolute skinny bitch this entire year. So I haven't even like had consistent training. Justin's trying to have me do like the proper program and follow it. They give me a 4-week like startup thing.
Let's get to it, brother.
8 weeks.
This video's it's getting too long, brother. All right, show us what snacks you're consuming, and then hoist some heavy ass iron. I think that's the freaking key. This is the most replayed moment right here. Let's see why. It's got a soundtrack, and this is a hell of a
When you're behind
production.
the wheel of the
Come
Grand
on!
Cherokee,
God
you
damn.
might take the long way home on purpose. The Grand Cherokee's lush.
Let's see some freaking training, brother. Come on, Chris! Come on, Chris! Okay, starting off with a freaking light cable front raise, a Johnny 1 plate. But no, I can respect a little shoulder warm up. As you guys know, I'm big into getting the shoulders warm, especially for the pressing. Your shoulders are so freaking susceptible, vulnerable when you're hoisting heavy loads, that if you're gonna do anything for your warm up for heavy pressing, do the freaking shoulder stuff. You know what I'm saying? Do this, do all this good stuff. So he's showing, he did a little shoulder workout, didn't really show what the freaking warm up was, going straight into the dumbbell incline. A nice low incline, it looks like. Chris understands, you know, if you don't want to freaking make that incline too high, purely anterior delt movement, this is a good low
Getting
incline.
real old.
I think we know from the Lou Ferrigno training video, as Louis, you know what I'm saying? Like Louis kind of let us all down with his lack of utter intensity, but a huge fan of the low incline. And I've said many years ago too, I've made a whole video on it, like best angle for succulent popping pectorals. And it was like a freaking, if this is a flat bench, it was like this. You know, I'm talking about 15-degree incline bench where you can horse max load still, but it just changed the freaking angle ever so slightly that it just increases the freaking, you know, pectoralis activation up the wazoo. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel it in my joints now, which is a sign that I'm turning into my father. He's in his 60s, I'm in my 20s, so pretty much the same thing as a bodybuilder. But trying to warm up, just get my joints ready to rock. I want to go heavier than 120s. Last week I did 3 sets of 120, so I have to go up at least 10 pounds this week.
All right, there we go.
130.
So he's got the freaking mindset. It's as simple as that, fellas. You know, last week you did this. That means you got to go up this week, you know? Really, it ain't rocket science. If you freaking do that when you go to the gym, you'll get stacked jacked, succulent, dense, strong as a freaking ox. Do you know what I'm saying? As long as you go in there with the mindset that I have to do this and I'm not leaving the gym until somehow I progress. Like even if I can't hit that weight for the sets of 10 or whatever he's talking about, that's okay. You know, take the rest, pause, set, right? Freaking one way or another, just accumulate the volume. I think he said, what did he say? 3 sets of 10 with the 120s, is that what he said? So even if, I don't know what way he's working with right now, but say, okay, so now I got to do the 130s, you know, you get freaking 2 sets of 10, and then your last set you're at like 6 or whatever, you know, rest, pause, let the last 4 reps. Just get the total freaking workload in. And then the next time you do it, you know, try to one-up it in terms of the reps, in terms of the volume, the weight, whatever. But as long as you have that mindset, you're always going to freaking make progress. It's the people that go to the gym, which everybody knows these people. They go to the gym, they lift the same weights for the same reps every single time you see them in the gym, month after month after month, you know, just going. That's literally the freaking, literally going through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Well, normally I bench the 135, and then, you know, for sets of 10, and there are 3 sets of 10 with whatever, 185 or something. You know what I'm saying? It's the same freaking shit every week. So as long as you have the eye of the tiger when you go in there to do a little bit more weight each time, and that's why I'm a big fan I've never even bought these yet, but as you get freaking strong as I'm trying to think of any other animal, but the only thing that comes to my mind is a horse. As you get strong as a horse, it gets harder to put 5 more, 10 more pounds on or whatever. You can't go up to the bigger dumbbells and stuff. So I'm becoming more freaking drawn to the idea of the micro-fractionated plates, half-pound plates, 1-pound plates, just because it's not even so much the actual load you're moving, it's just the freaking idea, it's the total confidence that, listen, if you aren't confident that you can move 1 more pound this workout than you did last workout, you better go to a freaking sports therapist, you know what I mean? You better get your brain checked out. Because if it's 1 pound, it's a freaking soup can. If you bench 315, can you bench 315 with a soup can added to the bar? I bet you wouldn't even feel it. But then if you look at the facts, well, that was 316, okay? And then it's the next workout. Can you do 316 plus a freaking soup can added? So for 370, you know what I'm saying? And how many chest days or press days or whatever pushing days do you think you get in a total year? You know what I'm saying? Say you're hitting freaking chest twice a week, or you're pressing twice a week, 52 weeks, you're probably pressing about 100 times a year. So theoretically, if you're gonna put 1 pound on the bar, every single workout, 1 more pound, you should add a freaking 100 pounds to your pressing, to your, that's the mindset, right? The total confidence that it takes over time. You're not just gonna, you have to truly believe in it, not a shadow of a doubt that you can move the weight. The second, and I experienced it today, the second you have a doubt that you can't do something, it feels hard and your body doesn't wanna do it, okay? Actually, a good example was yesterday. As I was warming up for Romanian deadlifts, it was feeling hard and I was telling myself, like, damn, I've gotten a lot weaker on this Arnold program, okay? And I convinced myself that it was hard, right? So I convinced myself that I was probably gonna top out at like 635. So I was like, you know what, frick it. I gotta just go balls to the wall. If I fail, it doesn't matter. So I went to 675 and I'm like, well, let me hit this for 5. Because I saw that my all-time best for the Romanian deadlift was 700 for 2. And that's when I was kind of working on it week after week, right? So I said, well, if I can hit 675 for 5, that's a freaking win in my books. And I never leave the gym until I feel like I won, until I freaking beat that workout, won the day. Don't leave until you win the freaking day, until you win the workout, right? If you don't hit your goals, if you don't hit new PRs, if you don't set new freaking standards for yourself, that's a fail. But if you do anything, 1 more rep, a little bit more weight, 1 more set or anything like that, that's a freaking win. And you do that day after day, week after week. That's what makes you a goddamn warrior. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking to myself, well, 675 for 5, that's a freaking win if we can hit that. But I had this shadow of a doubt, okay? So I ended up doing it for like 3 or something. And I felt like, okay, that's not freaking winning. Okay? So I said, well, hey, if I could do that for 3, then I could probably do the 700 for 2 still, which was tied for my best. But why don't we just freaking go for broke, put 725 on for the Romanian deadlift, and just fucking make it happen, okay? And sure enough, I did, and I smashed it, right? And it's on the YouTube shorts, you can check it out, 725-pound Romanian deadlift. Despite what the freaking, some of the pencil necks in the comments that don't understand, like, oh, look at that form, clown emoji and all that. Bro, okay, put 725 pounds on the bar and show me how it's done, okay? Because I'll tell you, 725-pound Romanian deadlift, you ain't gonna, listen, if you have perfect, pristine form, that just means that you could have added more weight to the bar. Once you have a little bit of form breakdown, that's when you know you hit the freaking top set, okay? That's simple. You know what that means? That it had a little bit of, a little bit of rounding. You know what that means? That means I pushed myself to the absolute limits. And if I didn't, I had perfect, pristine form. I don't want it bad enough. I'm not pushing myself bad enough. That's what that means. I don't even know what the hell is going on here. Let's see what the actual workout is.
Yeah, that's about it. I might swap for the pull downs for pull-ups.
What the heck, dude? Was that a 20-minute
We're
rant?
having an event for Raw. We're opening up our big gym
We gotta-
in the other city where
We're 15 minutes in here. We haven't
we're
even
gonna
seen the
have a big
workout
event.
yet.
And on the Monday,
Okay, he's got big things going on. He's got big things. Let's see what he's doing here. He's up to the 90s. He's taking his time. He's a smart man. Anytime I bench, I'll tell you something. Dumbbell bench, I'll even start with the 30-pound dumbbells. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170. 10-pound jumps. You're getting a freaking ton of
Most
sets in.
people tear when they're getting heavy, when they're trying to like tear a muscle.
Yeah.
When they're trying to muscle up the weight so they get down here and then they get that little jolt.
Get
where
the
you
jolt,
relax your muscles
the jerk.
deeper and then you explode out. So when I'm warming up, I try and do like pause reps.
Yeah.
I really lower it down.
Agreed, brother. I do the same thing. I'll even, before I even get to the heavier sets on the freaking dumbbells, I will also fly those suckers for the stretch. I'll stretch those freaking suckers up. And then as the weight gets a little heavier and I can't fly it anymore, then yes, pause on the bottom, control press. Pause, control press. You know what I mean? Or you can pump out a few, but pause it on a couple of them. Stretch the sucker out when it's light. You know what I'm talking about? The biggest thing that I feel like people with benching is they freaking half rep those because they want to pump the reps out, right? But if you're always half repping it, you might horse cock some weights, but you just get tighter and tighter. You're setting yourself up for injury as the weight gets heavier and forces you to go a little bit lower than you usually go. Boom! That's when the pop happens.
I let it pause in the stretch so it sinks down, and then I press from there, just so that part of my muscle is actually warmed up in the stretch position.
Good.
The heavier you go, the more it's going to naturally stretch you down, the more likely you're going to fuck your shit up. So warm up slowly, don't just like rep out. I see a lot of people warming up and they just rep really quick.
Yeah, they're just
So then
pumping,
warm up
trying to
more
get to
than
that
you
top
really
set.
You don't hurt yourself. Cause
Take your time, brothers. Take your freaking times. The warm-up sets are just as valuable as the top sets, okay? And a lot of times, too, for years, I always preached, just like one top set. I'm like, what? You're just doing like one or two exercises with one set? It's like, yeah, but the one set, it's taking me an hour to get to the one set. I'm doing an hour's worth of warming up. You're getting a ton of freaking volume. Some people can say, well, that's junk volume. No, that's a freaking pivotal, critiqued freaking peak. It wasn't critiqued, I was looking for the word peaked. Peaked optimal freaking usage of my time to get the freaking fluids pumping and thumping through the freaking joints. That way, when you do get to that horse top set, you can muster up the cojones to push bigger weights than your body can handle if you didn't freaking warm yourself up for an hour. You know what I'm saying? Take the warm-up sets seriously. Take your time with them. All right? You do that, you don't get freaking tweaked.
And old.
There he is.
Oh, wow. With the 17 one?
Okay, he's hitting some pull-ups. Brothers, let me tell you something. You can never go wrong with throwing pull-ups in your workout, right? I've even said, to get stacked, jacked, succulent, and dense, have a freaking pull-up bar underneath your bedroom door or bathroom door or something. That way, anytime you're going to take a tinkle, right, you have to hit some pull-ups. You just finished taking a tinkle, you have to hit some pull-ups. That's the old freaking perfect recipe, grease in the groove, okay? The more pull-ups you can do, the better. And pull-ups only make, it helps everything. Oh, you're pressing? Get the backside fired up. Get the lats fired up for your pressing. You're pulling? Get the freaking backside fired up. Get the lats fired up for your pulling. Like deadlifting, get the freaking lats fired up, right? For squatting and stuff, get the freaking lats fired up. This will only help you. You train your arms, you want to get bulging, popping biceps, you can hit your freaking biceps with your pull-ups too. You know what I'm saying? There's no bad place to pull pull-ups in your workout. Hell yeah. Okay. What's he up? 120s. Nice pause on the bottom. He's got the microphone on. You can hear the joints cracking. Or maybe that's just the leather upholstery. What are we working with here, Chris? What are we working with, brother? What do you got?
I got a little ahead of myself. I want to do 140s here, but...
Yeah, it's a big jump. I wouldn't go from 120s to 140s. I would hit the 130s. It just take a little bit more time, but the 140s are going to feel better if you hit the 130s first. Uno. Dos. I swear that sounds like his joints cracking. Trace. Cinco. Wait. Uno, dos, quiz, cuatro. Ah, frick! I already messed it up. How many reps is he on? It's a good set. It's a good set. Well, I don't know tidbits. This video's getting too long. My wife and daughter are gonna get home. They're like, "You're still freaking analyzing," you know. I gotta. Okay, what's frick?
Oh, no. Try my Old Spice. You can use it on your pits, chest, and you.
Here we go. Is this still the 140s? He's hitting. I think this is what he was saying. He's hitting 3 sets. Let's see if we can get to the next. He's hitting pull-ups. He's super setting the pull-ups with the benching. Okay, this might be the last set here. The 130s. Okay, so I think so that with the conclusion I'm jumping to here, because I had to kind of skip whatever, but I have a genius's eye when it comes to training. He clearly jumped up to the 140s, peak the freak physique strength, fire up the CNS, drop down to the 130s. Fellas, that is the best approach for the ultra peaked strength is, surpassing, like if you could, going for like a supra max load. That's why having a training partner would be so freaking key. Because imagine benching. You're saying, hey, I want to hit, 455 for a couple reps, right? Like that's the goal. So do you think you go 405, and then to 455, or do you go 405, 425, 455 or something like that? Because personally for me, what I would do is I would work up to 495, maybe even go higher, control the eccentric, have the freaking partner help you get the rep up or whatever, so that you get the freaking CNS fired, you get everything just optimized and the neural drive really clicking and ticking for the horse load, and then you drop down to 455 and it feels like a feather. Same concept with the dumbbells. Hit the 140s, you're like, okay, those felt okay. Now you drop down to the 130s and holy buckets, so they feel light. Because you just handled the 140s. That's the best way to do it. If you just did 110, 120, 130, those 130s are gonna feel heavier than they should feel. I bet if you went up to 150s, I bet if you went up to like 170 for one rep or something on the incline, and then he went to those 130s pumping out the reps, he'd probably get freaking double the reps he's getting right now because he'd be so fired up. Fellas, we are stronger than we know we are. You know what I'm saying? You're stronger than you think. Honestly, you just gotta do little tips and tricks to pull out that strength you don't know you possess. I promise you that. So it's just ways to fire your freaking body up and get you comfortable handling big loads. You know what, freaking, let me give more advice. That's why I like doing, one of my favorite techniques for benching heavy is putting a banded resistance on. So when I'm doing one plate and I have like triple banded resistance, so it's frick, 2 plates, triple banded resistance, frick, 3 plates, triple banded resistance feels heavy as shit. But in my mind, it's only a 3-plate bench. So my freaking super subconscious is like horse cock this, it's only a 3-plate bench. But I'm not thinking about the weight that the triple banded effect adds to it. So now if I'm going to 4 plates and I'm stripping a band off, it's like, damn, that was heavy, but that feels good. Now I'm going to 455 and I take another band off, I have a single band, it's like, okay, it didn't feel too bad. So that didn't feel too bad. What if I take off the last banded tension and I put 495 on, and that's how I always, anytime I do that, that's when I hit a PR in benching. Okay? Because you're freaking tricking the brain, tricking the body, tricking the freaking, optimizing the mindset. Do you feel me? All right, we don't even need to see this. Horse cocking, dumbbell incline bench, good stuff. Chris, what do you got next?
Strength building program.
Woo!
Perfect form rather than just like trying to like throw.
Okay, perfect. He's going T-bar row. Chest supported T-bar row. You can't go wrong with any rows, really. Not overly freaking critical of his tempos and all that. Just moving loads, right? Just the way lifting should be. What he's got here? He's got the freaking machine now. I can see the point of, he did the free weights already, now he's doing the machine just to freaking get a bit more pump in there. But honestly, you gotta wonder, it's like, would he get more out of doing like a barbell, or would he get more out of doing just like a different dumbbell movement? If it were me, I always get more out of just doing the free weight stuff. Like, anytime I go freaking crazy with the machines. It kind of feels good in the moment. And afterwards, you're like, yeah, I probably should have just stuck with the barbell or stuck with the dumbbells. Like, that's just my 2 cents. And that's just from years and years of going back and forth between, let me try out this machine. You know, I'm traveling to gyms all around the world. I want to try out these cool, unique machines. And then I'll do that. Like at one point when I was on the road for 5-6 days a week, and it's like I didn't want to do my basic bare bones barbell horse cock, and I wanted to have fun on the road. I wanted to, you know, try out all the machines and stuff. So I'll do that, and then I'll get back to the free weights. It's like, holy buckets, that feels heavy as hell because I wasn't working with the free weights as often, and it's not like my physique looks any different. So what does that tell me? It means I've just gotten weaker because I'm just working with machines that just make things easier. Again, I'm not really knocking a machine. I use them plenty from time to time, but I just would have to think, like, is it better? I mean, the fact he did the dumbbell incline, solid. Pull-ups, solid. You can't go wrong with a chest-supported row, obviously. Solid, but it's just like, is this necessary? I mean, this is the guy that's got the, you know, the most freaking sought-after physique in the world, basically. So people are gonna say, absolutely. But again, in my experience, it's just like, I don't know. I never really see much from the machines. Don't freaking crucify me. I'm not saying he doesn't know what he's doing. Clearly this works for him. You goddamn pencil necks.
It's like a semi-supinated.
Okay, now he's in the Panada lat pull down. These Panada machines, guys, they're just too freaking fancy. It's like what, Ferrari seats and stuff. Like, how comfortable are we trying to make working out? Working out shouldn't be comfortable. And again, I'm not knocking Chris or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, I've gone in these phases where I try out all the machines. I try to get just peak pumped with the machines. And then I go back to the free weights. Like, damn, I've gotten weaker. And it's not like I gotten bigger on the machine. So it's like, if you have the choice between the free weight and the machine will probably keep you jacked, stacked, succulent, and dense. But the free weight will keep you jacked, stacked, succulent, and dense, as well as horse-cocked strong. Do you get what I'm saying? I want the 2 freaking birds. Let's go! Push-ups, okay. You can't go wrong with the push-up. You can't go wrong with the push-up. You get more freaking volume in. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, if push-ups were easier to load, right? I've put 240 pounds of weighted chains on me. It took like a freaking 30 minutes to get them on. It's just like bone crushing. The weighted vests and all that. Weighted vests are cool. It seemed pretty simple. I bought the Kensui weighted push-up thing, which was impossible to use if you didn't have a training partner. So it's just like, it's a freaking great exercise, but my God, is it hard to really progress to horse-cocked level of strength with push-ups. But push-ups are freaking awesome. You want to just talk about crank out a freaking pump at the end of your workout. Hit the push-ups. It's like pull-ups, you know what I mean? Just do, the more the better.
Hold the grip when you push up.
Thank you for being my friend. Okay, so in the lat pull-downs to push-ups. Again, I like that. I like the freaking isometric stretch. I just made a video on my Patreon like a month ago or something about something I'm going to keep in the routine is during my warm-ups, or was it, either it was during the warm-ups or it was after the top set, just dropping the weight down and just hitting one isometric set for like peak time. You know what I'm saying? 135 pound, Johnny one plate, 135 pound, but it's an isometric, hold it for like 2 minutes or something. Just because like people, oh, the isometrics don't build any mass. It's not all about the freaking mass, fellas. It's about injury prevention, strengthen the tendons, right? And that's how you strengthen the tendons. Isometrics, it's one of the best ways to do it. So at the end of the day, like sky's the limit when it comes to gains with strength and size and all that. But once you get freaking hurt, you're 100 steps back. It's like, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. No, you get hurt, you're 100 steps back. You're back to, you tear a pec, you're going to be pressing a 5-pound dumbbell. Like, oh, God, you know what I'm saying? Tendons and stuff, nothing to mess around with. You snap that up, you're freaking, say hello to Johnny Pencil X status, right? So if you can do anything to strengthen your tendons, make yourself stronger, more bulletproof, that's what you freaking got to do. I like it. I like that. Okay, is that it? So he ended the workout with the isometric. That's exactly what I recommended, boys. What the hell's this? freaking hanging out in the podcast
wrapped up that workout and didn't outro it. So we're here at the office. It's 4:59 and we're trying to get the fuck out of here at 5. So I'm gonna wrap this up. But training's been feeling good. Body's come back together. I am so unbelievably sore. I do this 10 sets of 10 drop set for my calf, and I have
10 sets of 10.
But I'm feeling good and actually motivated now because
10 sets of 10.
Week,
Brother, I'll tell you something real fast. 10 sets, you can't go wrong with 10 sets of 10 if you're in a time crunch. Okay, back when I had to travel and catch airplanes left and right, I'd be like, damn, I got to pack. I got freaking 30 minutes to lift. What can I do in 30 minutes? Okay, I can do 2 exercises, 10 sets of 10. German volume training, because it's 10 sets of 10 with 1 minute break in between. And what that comes out to be is about 14 and a half minutes or so per exercise. So within 30 minutes, you can get 2 exercises in, 100 total reps of freaking good volume, and you will be pumped. You will be pumped. You will be freaking sore. You will feel like, holy buckets, I did a lot of work. That was actually a good workout within 30 minutes. You can even do 1 exercise and get a hell of a good workout in still with less than 15 minutes. Think about that. So 10 sets of 10 for calves. That's about, I don't know what his rests are. You probably don't need as much rest for calves, but that's probably freaking, 10 to 14 minutes.
But you've been home for longer than a week. So actually getting back into that rhythm. And then after the Arnold this week, by the way, Arnold photo op tickets are on sale if you guys want to stop by. But after the Arnold, I won't be traveling until my baby's born, and a month after that.
Oh, thank you for being here, my friend. So he is having a baby.
I should be able to get into a really good routine, have a proper off season, try and get huge, try and get jacked. I'm trying to get strong with the buck this year because that's just the goal. So
get huge and get freaking jacked and stack succulent and dense. Fellas, let me tell you something real fast. I've kind of realized, whatever, let's just...
We're going to be able to do it. We're going to do a full day of eating, show you guys what I'm eating right now, kind of getting back in a routine with that. Like I said, traveling's fucked all that up.
Yeah, travel. You want to talk about anti-stack and jack succulent and dense diet? Travel because everything's out of your control.
For the day. I'm making some protein pretzels. And they're
Protein
protein pretzels.
Let me tell you something though. You get some sourdough pretzels. That is ancient grains. I made a video. Juji said the most optimal bodybuilding diet. If you only have $50 a week to spend on groceries, what do? Nut butter and ancient grain sourdough pretzels. You get 5,000 calories in a day for like $5, and ancient freaking grains, boys.
And flavors, and they taste fire. This one's like a coffee flavor, like a light
coffee flavored pretzels.
And then this one's the white chocolate vanilla. There's a regular milk chocolate one.
Alright, I think the training's over here. Just want to see if there's any last
So we're gonna get a full day of eating at you guys coming soon. We're gonna get more in depth with my training, trying to get strong this year. As we all are, as I am every year. That's all that's going on. So thank you guys for watching.
That was pretty. I liked what I saw. Okay, and I tell you guys, I'm not just trying to dispute and stuff or controversy and all that. I'm just a straight shooter, right? Like one of these gym reviews, someone's like, "You're just saying this for clout." It's like, brother, nobody knows of your shitty gym, right? There's no clout in reviewing shitty gyms. Okay, I just like doing random stuff and giving my freaking 2 cents, right? Because I like you guys. I met a lot of you guys at the Arnold, and we're freaking like-minded folk. We can click and tick. I freaking did a meet and greet on Saturday that was supposed to only be 2 hours, but I stayed for freaking 7.5 hours because the conversations were riveting, because we're like-minded folk. You know what I'm saying? I don't do this shit for clout or anything like that. I just like connecting with you guys. So hopefully you like what you saw there. Let's freaking get stacked, jacked, succulent and dense, out of the attack to get thick as frick.